Beep, beep, beep. Put my phone on silent. Hello, everybody. We're getting the countdown for tonight's show. Svea, why are you on silent?
James.
Yes?
How many times have I talked to you about making your phone silent?
Looky look. Looky look.
Let me look.
See? That same little thing right there? It's got the cross through it. I like to have it going just so it gives me the verbal warning on that one, and I just forget every week. Okay. Oh, look, we're on the movies again.
Yeah. I mean, we were so classic. We were in all those black and white films and all that kind of stuff.
I know. We're live, and so we've been on long enough that we know that, there's that 15-second delay. So we've been on probably Facebook, even though it says, 9 minutes and 8 seconds right now. It's for us, it's probably more about 9:30. So we've been on about 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Oh, there we are. We got 2 viewers.
Yes, we did.
Right there. And because usually
I know one of them isn't my mom.
Got it. I saw a little hand in the background over there. I know that usually when we get in, it seems like in the first 20 seconds, there's Maya. So Maya, where are you?
I know, really, Maya.
Come on, you were waiting.
Where are you? Gee.
I know. Why are we here? All right, we got 2 viewers watching so far. We know that it has jumped. So, folks, let us know who's watching tonight and who beat Maya this week.
I know, right? It's
totally. I'm getting ready to share. Are you sharing?
Oh, yeah, I should share.
Yes, you should.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, let's see here.
Okay, and I see. There we are. And...
Let's see.
For this week's episode of Late Cross Talk. Shared. Okay, demo part. There we go. Okay, tonight, folks, this is going to be one of our live and learn episodes, I guess is one way to put it. We are talking tonight about bullying in the workplace. This is one of those ones where that it's such a nuanced subject. I got to admit, Svea, getting ready for this week's show and getting the slides ready and putting together, there's stuff that's definitive that trainings and whatnot say you can do, but it's so not realistic at the same time. Yeah. It's such a nuanced subject and so overlapping that this is one of the, honestly, this is one of the tougher episodes to get ready for, just to try to define and have, distinct solutions.
I'm definitely going to be lending a lot. I'm definitely going to be lending a lot of my HR experience on this one.
Gotcha. I was texting a friend of mine tonight, and I won't say who it is, obviously, but let me read the text here. So I'm texting a friend of mine, and I said, let's see, finishing a presentation on bullying in the workplace for tonight's show. Weird to say this, but this one is one of the most nuanced and harder shows to prepare for. She goes, I bet. So you're self-employed. Who's the bully at your work? I said, me.
You're the bully for yourself?
I said, me.
You bully someone you never get the chance. You bully someone who never gets a chance to be employee of the month. That's what you bully. Well,
that's part of it. But anyway, the rest of the text goes, me. I've called HR about myself, and I had a meeting between me, and me, and that went absolutely nowhere. But I still make employee of the month. But I get hit for it too by my mom. All right. Let's see who's watching. We got a few people right there. No Maya yet. Where are you, Maya?
I know.
You're going to get the clarity of watching. Yep.
I mean, seriously, where is Maya? How come Maya isn't here yet? She's like, how can we start our show without her watching our show?
Do we do a do-over? I don't want to. We're already at 5 minutes and 42 seconds.
I know, right?
Totally. All right. Look at a few other stuff. Oh, dude, I was just looking over just our feed, and a friend of mine is in Bali, Indonesia right now, is posting pictures. That's pretty cool. Okay. All right, I'm going to go grab my drink and some snacks. Be gone just a few seconds, maybe 30. While I'm gone, Svea, are you gonna poison the audience against me?
I never do that. You do it all the time.
Not every time.
I never do that. You do it all the time.
I don't do it all the time. I don't do it when you're here.
You do it all the time.
I don't do it when you're here.
Exactly. It's all the time.
Okay, well, I'm going to go. I'm going to give a 5-second countdown. I'll run the kitchen. You got that long.
You better hurry because I'm going to totally poison the audience against you.
That's bullying. I'm going to report you to HRAI.
Yeah, you report me because you're not even going to be around, so you don't even know what I'm going to say.
That's part of the bullying process. We're doing the show about you tonight, Svea.
Yeah, right.
Right. I was just doing bullying.
Now you're projecting. Come on.
Now I'm projecting. We're both perfect for this show. All right, I'm going to go grab something to drink.
You better hurry.
Run away.
Run. Okay, guys, James is really the bully. He's been bullying his mom so much. It's crazy. She wants to be employee of the month so bad, and he's constantly talking bad about her. It's terrible.
I'm back.
You didn't even
Did you
go.
say anything nice?
You didn't even go and do whatever you're gonna do. You just said you were gonna go do something, and you just came right
Drink.
back.
Here's the snackies, and here's a drink. In my giant now, Gene. What are you drinking?
A to-go cup. It's
A to-go cup.
Diet Pepsi.
Got it.
We went to L&L Barbecue for dinner tonight.
Eleanor Barbecue?
L&L Barbecue. It's
Okay.
Hawaiian. It's Hawaiian barbecue.
We got a place like that over New North India, what we call New North India, which is a fairly recent development where like my gym's at.
New North India. That's weird. New North.
New North. Well, you had everything north of the tracks, and then forever, everything north of the I-10 was like farmland, but then it got turned into some fancy houses, a Del Webb development, a Winco, gyms, other stuff, a Walmart, and now it's called the New North India, while the old North India between the I-10 and the train tracks is now part of extended downtown India.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I think it's just a developer thing. It's just semantics.
Yeah.
But I just say North India. And if there's something north of that, North India.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets complex from there.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay, let's see. We got... Oh, I just got a text back from a friend.
You know what? I'm going to message Maya.
Start my own
I'm
business.
going to message Maya, and I'm going to ask, where is she?
I know. All right, we got 2 minutes. All right, my friend texted back. Who would I talk about HR? She says, tough situation. I'd probably quit and start my own business. I tried, the bully just followed me over to the new business, period. That's what I'm texting back. I'm doing the voice control.
So I just said to Maya, I said, where are you? And I put a ghost emoji, and I said, are you ghosting us?
We're bullying. I'm live right now and talking about our text and the HR meeting, period.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling my friend that.
Yeah. Tonight's going to be interesting because it's going to be the first time we're going to have our show ever on Instagram.
Instagram! Yep, new thing. I was going to try that, but we're just no time. So I'm going to try to be live next week.
Emoji. She just replied with the ghost emoji. Oh, you can't see it. She just replied with the ghost emoji.
She's ghosting us?
I guess.
Okay. Oh, we got a couple people watching and a thumbs up. Late coming crowd tonight.
I mean, it's like maybe they don't like the topic because they're thinking
maybe
it's boring.
The grayed out movie theater.
Maybe they just think it's going to be a boring topic.
Oh, not with us.
I know we tend to make things fun, so it's not. I mean, maybe the topic isn't really the awesomest topic, but it actually. Oh, see, here's Maya.
Look who's here.
Maya.
Just in time, Maya. Before we start the show, we've got about 20 seconds. You're going to get it. Ready, Maya? Because you're late. You brought this onto yourself. Okay. Back to the countdown. Well, Svea, you ready for this?
Ready for what? Oh, the countdown.
Waiting. And get ready for countdown. And 10.
9.
8.
7.
6.
5.
4.
3.
2,
one. Woo!
showtime! It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Svea Yang and James Hermes. On this week's show, bullying in the workplace. What do you call a potato that makes fun of you? A tater taunt. It's time to start the show. Tater taunt.
Yes.
Tater taunt.
Yes. Okay, so guess what?
What?
I need to put my brand on it. Sorry, everyone.
I am pacing, so disappointed.
I'm sorry.
Wait, that was bullying.
Wait, where is it? I'm looking for the background. Here it is.
There we go. Okay, now where's the official?
So, welcome everyone. This week we are adding Instagram to our list. So we're really excited. Welcome Instagram followers. We do the show every week. Usually it's every Friday night at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we talk about a bunch of interesting topics. This week we're talking about, well, we'll talk about in a second what we're talking about in a second.
We'll talk about the second.
Yeah, and I would say 90% of the time we do the show live every week. Sometimes we have to do it pre-recorded, or we have a rerun because James or myself, we are not able to record it live, meaning like we're at a powwow or James is on a kayak trip. So that occasionally does happen, but guess what? When we are available, we are live. So if you like watching this show, it will be very interesting. We always try to make it fun, even though we talk about artists, we talk about art, we talk about pop culture, we talk about some current events, we talk about all kinds of things, okay? So if you like our show, please like our Facebook pages, our YouTube channels, our Twitch channels, our Facebook. We have a Facebook group. Like our Instagrams, follow our Instagrams. Actually, it's not like our Instagrams. It's follow our Instagrams. Share our Instagram stories. Share any of the stories that you like. We've been doing this show since April of 2020, every Friday night. So this has been something we've been doing for a while. It's called Late Night Craft Talk. We have. Did I mention YouTube?
Not yet, but am I frozen?
Yeah, you're frozen. So on YouTube, we actually do also air this on YouTube as well. So welcome everyone. So hopefully James can figure out what's going on with his side.
Can you actually hear me right a little bit?
I can hear you, but your image will.
All right, I'm gonna back out of the show a little bit while you're going, and this is weird. It's like it happened last week. I'm gonna check that computer. All right. I'm going to back out a little bit and I'll come back into the studio.
Okay. All right. Okay. So anyway, we do this show every week and we really are excited that everyone's here. We have a group of people that are our followers. We've been doing this show forever. Maya is our president of the Ninja Monster Hunter Sushi Squad.
Frya Ninja Monster Hunter Squad.
Let's see. James is the one that always says that, so it's a little bit tongue twister for me. But Maya always comments. So what's cool about our show is that you can comment and we can see your comments, and then what we do is we put them on. So if you have any comments that you want to interact or give us any input on the show or ask questions or whatnot, you can always do that. And when we try to share the comments because it kind of makes it fun, and we have a group of people that have been watching our show, and we make it fun anyway. So James, what's been going on with Elk Rack Traders?
We're back at Palm Springs Village Fest. We had to miss a few weeks because I had homework.
Oh, homework.
But we're back, but it's particularly particularly a couple of challenging assignments and timing, just with other things going on. We're back at Palm Springs Village Fest. Poway Rodeo, I know that there was a special and there's a promotion with that going on. For those of our viewers in Poway, then coming on, I know we have one of them watching tonight. We're signed up. We're paid. We're going to be at Poway Rodeo officially for the 26th year.
That's in Poway.
Poway.
Like
It's way in the end of September, but just we're committed again. Paid for today.
What weekend is that?
Last weekend of September.
Okay.
So quite a ways away, but still, we'll be there. And folks, get ready. The announcements are already been coming out for some of the vendors at Lakeside Rodeo at the end of April. Hi, Melody. And we are, of course, going to be there again for almost the 30th year. We're almost at the 30th year. So get ready to see us there, and Koopa Cultural Days, Valley Center Rodeo, and also this year coming back for the first time since the pandemic started, last time was in 2019, is the St. Mission San Luis Rey Powwow coming up at Oceanside the second weekend of June. We will be back there again. So it's returning. So that's some cool stuff. We'll be announcing, putting out a powwow schedule. Matter of fact, this weekend, one of us is at a powwow.
Yes, that's right. That's the segue. So hello, everyone. So Dancing Bear is actually going to be at the Long Beach Powwow this weekend. And that's starting tomorrow. It's on Saturday and Sunday. And we already are set up over there. Right now, we went home. Well, we didn't go home. We went to the hotel. We got dinner. We went to the hotel. And now I'm doing the show. I mean, seriously, I can do it because I'm available on Friday night. And this is how James and I actually really put a lot of effort into this show. So a couple things that are going on with Dancing Bear. One, we have an elk rawhide drum class that's going to be next week, and we have the deadline for the signups are on Sunday. So if you want to do the elk drum class, who James is actually teaching, it's going to be a lot of fun. The class is $151.50 plus tax. It ends up being like $161 and change. And basically what happens is that you take the class, you learn how to make an elk rawhide drum, and then you actually leave with an elk rawhide drum. If you were to go and buy an elk rawhide drum, you'll probably spend about $180. So you're saving money, you're making it yourself, learning how to do it. It's really, really a cool class. We've been having this class for probably about 8 or 9 years now. And generally we have it at the beginning of the year. And this year just ended up working out that it ended up being that it was going to be in March.
Is the sound coming through?
Yes.
Oh, that's such a deep reverb with these drums. This is one of the drums that you'll be learning how to make. Old style. There's the back. Look at that beautiful back right there. Beautiful elk hide. This will be your new bestie. This is my new bestie. Yeah. One of several besties.
Cool. Yeah.
So this is what we learned how to make.
So if you go to our website, actually, let me put the link in this feed here. Let's see. Shop Dancing Bear. If I put the link, I can put the link and I can show it on the window, show it on the screen, and I can post the link here as well. Let me get the class link up. Be a second here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put the class link. Okay, so this is the link here. And I'm going to share that. So if you guys want to sign up for it, it is posting everywhere. I don't know if it posts on Instagram. Jennifer, yay! So she's actually one of the signups for the class.
Howdy, Jennifer. Look forward to meeting you next weekend. That's going to be awesome. Some of the stuff we're going to be doing is not only just about the hand drum, but I'll bring in a variety of different types of drums. I'm a drum maker, amongst other things. And we'll be learning about the powwow drum and how it relates, and then specifically about the hand drum, the etiquette, the history to it, and just all kinds of cool stuff. And besides that, you get to make a hand drum.
Yes, it's really a cool class. I've done it. I did the class ×3 in one class session. So I never recommend making more than 2 drums in one day. It was crazy. I had like terrible arm pain. My tendons were hurting. I had really bad tennis elbow. in both arms because you have to like pull the string, the rawhide lace. But if you make one, you'll be fine. But
Yeah.
never make 3 in one day. It's too much.
I'm actually be making a couple either probably tomorrow or Monday, depending what's going on. But I'm doing that. So just to refamiliarize, and I got a couple I got to make anyways. But that's the cool stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Right.
So, okay. So then a couple more things. We got in some new triangle beads. If you look on our website, I think on Instagram, we posted new pictures of the new beads that we got in. And then we also have our graduation stoles that, so we just got a whole batch of them in. So if you need a graduation stole, they're ready to ship. And we're getting some more probably next week. We sent them off to our seamstress. So it's, that's a really big thing. Don't wait too long if you want one, because we're trying to get our orders all ready so that everyone can get them for graduation. And I know there's one more thing I'm probably missing on, but I can't remember what it is now. So, okay. So James, what are we going to talk about today?
Oh, we're going to talk about, I got a good leeway into this. So, well, announced last week, this is a good segue. We announced last week that I'd be working 4 days of elections. So, California state primary was last Tuesday. Is there any more room for students?
Yes, we still have room. We have, I think we have a total of 5 or 6 signups. So we have room for 6 more students. We are not full. So, and if we fill this class and we have a whole bunch of people sign up, we can add a second class. So that means James will have to be here super duper duper early, because that class would be at 8 in the morning on Saturday. So you guys would basically make him get up at like 4 in the morning. That'd be awesome.
After getting done with the show at 11 and getting to bed about 11:30, 12 o'clock, it's all good. Do it every year.
Yeah.
Especially some nights where you do a show and a powwow like you're doing tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But we do it for the love of the culture and the love of the art. So that's what we do it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we did elections. Early elections in a lot of counties in Riverside, like Riverside County where I live, begin Saturday. You have 3 days of early voting, then the main day. So I was covering a lot of the eastern half Coachella Valley. I'm covering parts of Indio, then Coachella, which is you go from largely middle class, and then you start going to agricultural town that's largely agricultural, all the way out 20 miles away to Mecca by the Salton Sea, which is a little agricultural community surrounded by desert and a whole lot of farms. So covering that large area, there's a lot of driving to do. So you get a lot of different mix of people and whatnot, and everything was largely fine. I was what's called a rover. I oversee the different, 7 different what's called voting centers. Used to be called precincts. The company, just big amounts of people go over there to vote. And, voting day got a little interesting. We did have some cases because, voting is a hot button topic right now. We'll delve into that. But we did have some individuals that were, there was a pamphlet dropped on the ground and one individual says, "Look at this. Why is this right here? Not you seeing it." And they're thinking that, electioneering is going on. Had to address that a couple of times. We did have some people that didn't quite get along on that, from that drawing from that, Svea and I were talking, and originally we were actually going to do one show, but we decided, because this is fresh on our mind, we started to talk about previous experiences, that we wanted to look at the way people kind of take advantage of each other or want to take advantage of somebody else. And this was brought up to tonight's subject of bullying in the workplace. Now, this could be not a fun subject, but we're going to make it as palatable and as interesting and humorous as we can on this one. But this is a presentation as much as it is a discussion on the subject and how to deal with basically people that are just snots and are out there. And we're concentrating on the workplace on this one. But this encompasses a wide range of not just workplace, but, volunteer places that you may go to. Mm-hmm. It's ain't much different than high school or middle school, really, any grade. And it translates over. So with that, that's our subject tonight, is bullying in the workplace. This is not our usual typical topic, but we wanted to share this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, did you want to see me on a picture of me on election day?
Yes, let's see a picture of you on election day.
I got to show this one. So, we're going to backtrack a little bit. My theme on Tuesday was here he is. Let me just, where are you, thingy? There we go. Okay, let's hope the show pops up. That's me on election day and election morning, right after polls open, right after sunrise, standing right there. And my theme of the day was, may the bird of democracy fly up your nose, which is based on a little Jimmy Dickens song, May the Bird of Paradise Fly Up Your Nose, which is, give a listen, folks. It's a fun song. What you think? But it's kind of a fun thing. It was a rough few days, you can tell from my face. But that's me on election day right there. Actually posted that to my Facebook and my Instagram saying, may the bird of, go out and vote, folks. May the bird of democracy fly up your nose. With that. So on to the bullying part. So we want to start off with the slides and just define this and go from there and see where it goes.
Do you want to tell your story first, the reason why? Or do you want to just go through this? Because, I mean, we could just do that, and then we'll just go through the slides, yeah?
We'll go through the slides and build on that. So I'm not going to tell any stories from last election day. It's unprofessional, but I am going to relate some experiences from about 20-something years ago. I've been working elections about 30 years. I love elections, democracy, do it. But we had a case in one of the polling places. This is actually not Riverside County. I'm making this very vague because it was not Riverside County. I picked this just because it's so long ago. Anyway, so I was working this, asked to go over and work this polling, cover a town for their voting, small town up in San Bernardino County. And we had an individual that was very insistent that he's running businesses, he's moderately successful in his business, and that he can offer a lot of suggestions for how to do things better. And he was very insistent that the precinct inspector, the person in charge, and what's called the poll workers, which are the people that run the polling place, that follow suggestions. And he came off, I mean, this dude's pretty annoying. And when he didn't get his way or people didn't follow it, he got in their face and says, I know better about this. And at one point, he actually pushed the precinct inspector when she was busy, says, you need to see this voter. This is the line. You should be doing this, this, and this. And she's like, I'm busy right now with a voter. And he goes, no, you need to listen to me. And pushed her, and it was an assault. And, of course, I get a phone call saying, this happened. Go over there. And the individual, when he talked, it was such a classic example we're talking, the individual stated how much he's trying to help everybody and they're ignoring him and they're picking on him, and that he had to do something to make them listen, to make the place run smoother. Absolutely nothing was his fault, the way he put it on there, and that he was the victim on this. He played it that way, which is absolutely narcissist right there.
Yeah.
And it's a good lead in and a good example of what we're going to be building on and looking at. That's the story I should be sharing, right, Svea?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one. And this is about, I'll say it's been somewhere between 25 and 30 years ago this happened.
Yeah.
And so it's been quite a bit of time. The guy's 50s now, so he's probably like 120 now. But it was quite a learning lesson to a much younger, in his early 20s, James, on this one. So we all have stories on that one. And so we've got some slides to share just look at there. But we have some slides we're going to talk about. It's going to be the official stuff. And then we're going to get into how these aren't realistic and how mutable this is. And then, folks, if you have a story or things to share, let us know in the comments right there. But be sure it's something you're willing to share because this is public. I want to remind you of that one. So, matter of fact, we have that happened. We do have a comment. I'm trying to get it up. You there?
Okay. I was going to say, if you want, I can talk about. Do you want me to segue into the office and talk about the office a little bit?
Yeah, let's get into that, and that'll bring us full circle to the laughs at the end of this.
Okay, so have you guys seen the show called The Office? The interesting part about that show is when that show first premiered in the US, and it was actually a BBC remake. I think it was like the first 3 to 5 episodes were exactly the same as the BBC show. And the original BBC show had Ricky Gervais in it. And the show here in the US had, what's his face? Steve Carell as the boss. Okay. So when I started watching this show, oh my goodness, it was the most hilarious thing I'd ever seen because, for one thing, I had a boss that was just like Steve, Michael Scott, just like Michael Scott, where this boss, everything that the boss said, everyone would just clamor about and just think was so fantastic. And Michael Scott's character, if you watch the show, is a total inept, completely doesn't know what the heck he's doing. He does not even do anything and doesn't do anything right. And so it kind of reminded me of my boss at the time, because so many things that were going on with that character, Michael Scott, was exactly like, it was a cookie cutter of what my previous boss was like. And it just made me laugh so hard, because it was like, did they write this based on my boss? Right.
I think a
And
lot of people can say that. That's what I
yeah,
understand that Office nailed on this stuff.
yeah. And so Maya said she never watched The Office before, but it is a fantastically funny show. If you've ever worked in an office environment, there's a couple things you could watch. You could watch a movie called Office Space, which is hilarious. It is so funny. And The Office, which is based on the office workspace as well. So another episode was, I mean, every single episode, one of the episodes I watched, Dwight, he was an obnoxious employee that obviously we're going to kind of talk about bullying with this guy. But he did this thing where he helped Michael with this task of finding out what people's health problems were, because they wanted to make sure that the coverage covers things, right? So Dwight is asking everyone in the office all these really private questions, and he is making all these decisions and saying, oh, no, wait, what? We don't cover that. Are you kidding me? And just going on, and then asking people about like exactly what kind of details of this and that, and like really inappropriately. And so anyway, it was funny. The next day, the reason why I brought this one up was because the next day I got an email from he was the VP finance for the company that I worked at. And he's like, okay, we're looking at new health plans. And if you can please reply to me, don't reply to everyone, just reply to me and tell me what health conditions you have so we can make sure that they're covered on our insurance policy. And I just started laughing because don't steal my stapler. Well, that's a little bit of Office Space. The red stapler keeps getting lost. But yeah, so anyway. Okay. So James, are you ready?
Yes, I am. I'm just answering my friend because she says she's laughing about, hey, I'm on your show, don't name names. That's bullying right there. And I'm saying, nope, didn't name names, but we're having a good laugh about HR meetings for the self-employed. Wow, I'm multitasking right here. Okay. I'm going to bring up a corporate slide that's going to bring up, but you see a lot of trainings to show it. But then I actually found some stuff on Google, on a Google search, that's much more realistic that we're going to jump into. So we're going to just kind of go through this. We're not going to dwell too much. We've only got so much time to cover this and so much we really want to hear, but we definitely want to get a good brief discussion going on this one. So what we have right now, not screen share. Hold on. Okay. Why is that? Hold on. Okay.
Why is that what?
I'm getting like screen share, but other things were popping up. Okay. I think I got it. Let's just share entire screen. Here we go. And got it. Okay. This is what I should have put in a PowerPoint earlier. All right. Take a stand against bullying in the workplace. Common signs of workplace bullying. A lot of us are going to see this. We've got our own stories. Common signs of workplace bullying is abusive or offensive language, unwelcome behavior, unreasonable insults or criticism, teasing and spreading rumors, trivializing work achievements, exclusion, or isolation. Those are broad signs of it. Now, the reality is bullying is going to be a mix of a lot of those at the same time. It's not rarely will you see something so definitive in these examples of workplace bullying. Now, tips for creating a positive workspace. Know what bullying looks like? Yeah, we know. Watch for workers that could be targeted. Now, I want to go back and just kind of specify, know what bullying looks like. You know it's going to look like for you, but can you recognize it being done to other people and not accidentally being a part of it?
Yeah.
By falling for the rumors, the isolation when somebody tries to stack against somebody going, oh, they're this person and wag the finger. Then you become part of the problem. That's one of those hard parts. Watch for workers that could be targeted. Goes into right there what I just said, actually. Focus on job performance. Promote a positive workplace culture. If you're the boss, you can, but supervisors do that. But a lot of times they may be the culprits. Investigate complaints promptly. Provide training on workplace policies. Encourage a zero tolerance environment. Call bullying what it is. Some of these are a lot easier said than done with that.
Yes.
Now, we've got that right there. Now, let me go into the more realistic one, and I absolutely loved what Google came up with this, and let me show it right now. So what we're looking here is a Google search, and I put in methods used by bullies. And there's some great stuff. We're not going to cover all of this. We're going to cover the main ones of this because there's several right here. But bullying, making false accusations, that's a common tactic right there. Do we want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do that because let me click down and see what they say about this. We're going to do a couple of these.
Okay, just do oh, you're only going to do a couple? Okay.
Yeah. Making false accusations. 71% of survey respondents said a bully had accused them of making errors they didn't actually make. That's a common tactic. That's part of intimidation. Disregarded satisfactory work using the silent treatment. That has come down as ostracism is a common tactic of bullies too. 64% of individuals say a bully has used the silent treatment. A classic that I think we can all identify with, cyberbullying. There's the name calling. That's typically a clear-cut example of
that's easy to tell, but yeah.
Yeah, but even when you have somebody that creates a nickname for somebody else behind their back, is still name calling. You may not be aware of it, but that's one of those poisoning the well type things of getting people to rally around them against another person. And that's part of building their clique and their crew to do that. I absolutely hate cliques. Whenever I work with groups and I'm in charge, if I see cliques forming, I kill it. It's the quickest way to kill esprit de corps. Exhibiting mood swings. Should we explore that a teeny bit?
Yeah.
Let's do that. That's one of the interesting ones. Exhibiting mood swings, sometimes bullies use anger to try and control others. 61% of individuals say a bully has used that's clear. Displaying cycling mood swings and erratic or unpredictable behaviors and moods, attempting to alienate or unsettle the victim by ignoring them or avoiding. There's not a lot of expansion on that, but I think we can read into that. Verbal bullying, the classic example. Spreading destructive rumors. That's a classic. That is probably a high percentage of what the bullying will do. And that could be the backstabbing, whatnot. And then the verbal abuse that is constant. You got anything we want to expand on that?
No.
Nope?
No.
So that's the types of bullying that's right there. The cyberbullying, do we want to talk about that? Because that's a special category in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So worth bringing up is the cyberbullying. Anybody that has somebody attack them on Facebook or post stuff or do that, is it got experience? That's going to be almost all of us folks. You get spammed by somebody, that's cyberbullying. It happens so predominant on social media. We have somebody that tries to stir the pot. You've had that happen to you, I assume? Yeah, you've had that happen, Svea, right?
Cyberbullying?
Cyberbullying?
No.
Okay.
Not really. I mean, I had someone give us a totally untrue review. I mean, it was like they said we were really awfully mean people. I'm like, what person was this? They gave us a review. It was weird because they gave us a review on a certain day, and there was no person in the store or an order that placed in that store on the day that was, and we don't even know who this person was. And he says, oh yeah, they're racist. I'm like, wait, what are they talking about? It was weird.
Well, as business owners, we get that kind of bullying right there. People just threaten to leave most negative messages, bad reviews and stuff to try to get their way, or they have a way of trying to influence us because they're mad about something. And they go back, and a lot of times, because we as business owners know that it's baseless on that one. Yeah. We pride ourselves in the customer service. I had an experience several years ago, and involved one of our viewers with it, is that somebody posted something about a kitten. I went, no, that ain't really cool, because it's kind of making fun of a kitten and insinuating like kicking it or something, which is like, kid. I'm like, dude, that isn't really cool. At which point I got a message from one of her friends that posted, oh yeah, you're a bleeding heart, blah, 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 blah. Well, I mean, he's kicking a kitten, dude. No. Yes, it sounds vague, but here we get to the meat of what my actual point is. The person started accusing me of being, bleeding heart. The friend that I posted on deleted it. And then I get a Facebook message from this person sending me an application for being butthurt. And said, this is for you. And then had this long application. I looked at it and went, dude, that's just sad that you want to do that. So, blocked the guy, and it's just like, okay, no, dude. At which point he had his wife send me a Facebook message saying, with an application of being butthurt. And I'm like, dude, you're having your wife send it to me now. Let's just block that, delete it. At which point he had his, I believe a friend send me the same one, which blocked that guy. And then he had his own kid's Facebook account send me the application to be butthurt. This is all in the course of about an hour and 45 minutes. Block that. I'm expecting the next one going, dude, you're just digging yourself a hole. You are sad, dude. And then, had that. But that's a form of cyberbullying. Stalking, people sending you messages, even looking for and blaming somebody over the internet for taking a stapler. I've been waiting to build up to that part.
That is from Office Space. That's Milton, because people would keep stealing his stapler, and he would go looking around for it, and he'd find it, and he'd go take it back. It's like, this is my red stapler.
Totally. Okay.
So actually, at my old workplace, James, I had everything on my desk purple, which a lot of people thought was really funny at the company. But guess what? If something was missing, I could find it. And I can't tell you how many times the guy down the way would come and take my scissors, or he'd come and take something from my desk and use it and take it and put it in his office. And I'd be like, I'm going to take my scissors back. Thank you.
Method of the madness right there.
Sorry. It's like, don't take my scissors. Yeah.
Gotcha. So we talked about it, the types of bullies and the methods that they use. At this point, I think we can start talking about solutions and what we do and the high road to play on this one and start exploring that. But I've got a slide up here that just talks about how to stop workplace bullying. Then we'll go into our stories and examples. And folks, again, if you have something to share with us, let us know. Let me get that clip up here right quick. So what we have here is how to stop workplace bullying. Check your workplace, and this is probably where we're going to spend our time right there. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so check your workplace bullying policy.
Your bullying police? I didn't know that the workplaces have bullying police. So is there like a number to call?
1-800 stop that. Okay. Check your workplace policy on bullying. That is a solution, and it is probably the one that's not going to work because HR. I mean, do you find this to be, you've been in the workforce?
Okay. So in this situation, okay, if you see bullying happen, you should talk to your HR person in your company. That is the person you need to talk to. If it's your boss, I don't know what to say, because honestly, like in our company, we always try to have a very positive environment. So, and when it happened to me, when I felt like my old boss was bullying me a bit, I actually effectively got transferred out of the department, which was awesome. I didn't ask to be transferred out, but I got laterally promoted. So then that boss was not my boss anymore, which was awesome. And I ended up having a much better boss. Like that boss, I loved working with that boss. We would finish each other's sentences. We were on the same wavelength. It was really cool. And when that boss decided that they were going to retire, my previous boss came back and became my boss again, and then just made it absolutely horrible working there again. And ultimately, I quit, and now I work at Dancing Bear. And I have been working with my mom for almost 20 years now. So, dealing with an employer who is like that, when you can't talk to someone higher, if there's no HR, that's the problem. That's the hard part. But ultimately, in an environment, you should not ever feel uncomfortable. You should never feel like anyone is, they're looking at you funny. They're talking about you. They make you feel inadequate about work. They don't make you feel good about work. There's a lot of things that come into play. But
I want to bring up Curtis's response. I want to bring that at a certain point because that's a great one we can get to here in a minute. That's a great one. Don't you find that a lot of times, I mean, in companies, HR isn't necessarily there to be, I mean, I'm a cynic, I'll admit it. Isn't necessarily there to help the employee. They're there to cover for the company.
Sometimes.
To CYA for the company. They're there to serve the interests of the company, not the employee.
When you're in a large corporate setting, yes. They're trying to make sure that the company is not putting themselves in a legal situation because the company is not reinforcing their policy on harassment and all that kind of stuff. So,
okay, got it. So with that, we have another label right here, and this is definitely the meat of the situation that we can really bring things together. We've covered in the other slides. Is we have another one is hang on to your confidence, and that says on right there that. Remember, you may have some free confidential. Okay, this is an advertisement. Detach, don't get hooked, and avoid defensiveness. Be consciously responsive, not emotionally reactive. Hang on to your confidence. Yeah, that's one thing.
I think ultimately,
it's actually a big thing to circumnavigate.
I think ultimately, when you're in that situation, you really need to focus on what your work is and make sure that you're doing a good job. And ultimately, that is the most important thing. Stick to your job. Don't worry about what's going on with the other employee. Yes, report them to HR if you need to. That's definitely something you should consider doing, just because it's making it a hostile work environment and you don't want that. And that's not fair to you. It's not fair to others. But yeah, Curtis has actually a nice comment. You want to put that up?
Let's put that up. It's probably the right time now.
Yeah.
I wanted to save that for a special time when we knew it would be. As an employee, I've seen the bad review bullying. It's trying to affect your company image to induce a preferred result. Low and lame, in my opinion. Yes. I've been a victim of it. Svea's been a victim of it just because we are business owners on this one.
Wait, are you talking about a review from a customer doing a review, or are you talking about a review as a year-end review where your boss is going to basically tell you a whole bunch of bad stuff so that they don't have to increase your pay?
I think it's from customers threatening bad reviews because it says it's trying to affect your company's company image to induce a preferred result.
Okay.
Yeah, because we both had people that were come in. We're going to do what we can for them. We, of course, draw a line, which is well, let's just say we show a lot of patience. We've seen each other work, and we do have a customer that come in and they'll threaten a bad review and then say all their friends are bad reviews if we don't give them the special or give them something free or work some kind of special deal. And they'll come up with something that's so minor or completely imaginary and try to get us with it. And I mean, me personally, my attitude is, okay, do it. And you get the bad reviews. It follows you around. It's unfortunate. There's ways to address it for the business, but a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do a damn thing. They're going to be too lazy to do it. Occasionally, the person may put it out there, and it's just something you have to live with. You can't capitulate to this.
Curtis confirmed the customer review viewable by the public. Okay.
Did he put oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that does happen. I've seen some reviews that are just completely terrible. And one of the things that I realized by looking at some of those reviews that are really terrible reviews, look at the reviews this is going off topic, but like if you're looking at the reviews that are listed for this person, right? And all the reviews are 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. Then you have to think of yourself, why are they so negative all the time? Like, are they one of those demanding customers that wants everything moved for them? I don't know, but I've seen that where I've seen people review like 1 stars all the time, and that's all they pretty much give out. And they've had like out of 30 reviews, 26 of them are 1 stars.
And there may be one person I've seen cases where one person they're so petty that they will spend the time to create multiple fake user accounts just to leave multiple bad reviews, and you see almost the same wording. It's almost like cookie cutter, the complaints right there. Mm-hmm. That's where people that really want to go for the jugular. Those are people that really hate life and hate people in life. So
I want to, because it's getting very heavy in here, let's make it light a little bit.
Gotcha. While you do that, I want to kind of look at that thing as hang on to your confidence. Be secure yourself, even if you're in a situation where you have a bully that's cornering you. I got to get it out. So that's cornering you with other workers against you. Maintain your own confidence. One way to do it, as I do it, is I just don't give a damn. But you're true to yourself, true to the word. And a lot of times that can see you through, because playing the high road, as hard as it is, most times in the long run will work out for you, and people realize the bully for what they are. Happy thoughts. Happy story. Ready?
Okay. All right. So let me share you. Okay. So I really wanted to share information about this show called The Office because it's such a funny show. So I looked up what are the 10 best moments for Jim. Hold on a second. This is just showing an ad for.
Gotta see Dune. Gotta see Dune.
Okay, come on. Okay, hold on a second. This is the problem with these. I mean, how are you supposed to look at this? What the heck is this?
It's something not working well.
How am I supposed to show this right now? What the heck? Oh my goodness. Okay, let me try to refresh and see what happens. Here we go. Hopefully it doesn't do that again. Okay. So The Office, 10 best Jim and Dwight moments. Okay. This is Dwight and this is Jim. Okay. Dwight is played by Rainn Wilson. He is hilarious as Dwight. He is the most petty, obnoxious coworker in the world that you can imagine. Okay. Jim is the cool one. He's the one that has really funny things to say in response to all of the things. Okay. So the show is so good. The Office, there's 9 seasons. So definitely you should watch it if you can, because it's 100% a great show. Okay. I'm going to click out of this. Okay. Because it's, geez.
Were you actually going to play the clip?
This is terrible. No, I'm not going to play a clip. So this part here is when Jim dressed up just like Dwight, and he was repeating everything he said. So Dwight was getting really mad. He's like, Jim, identity theft is a crime. And so it was, oh my goodness. Okay, that was so funny. Okay. That was impersonating each other. Okay. And you always see them together. Okay.
I've seen that one. That's classic.
Let's see.
I've actually got one right here where we talk about Jim. I don't know if we want to risk playing this video, but I was watching earlier getting ready for the show tonight. Should I go back to this, or should I do my example here? I'll get the example going. Talk about, and this is actually really entertaining, is that the types of bullies where they'll try to play the victim, and this I've seen this so much, and it's so effective, that they come in, they stack the deck, they talk about you, they try to put themselves, they do the various methods to put themselves up, but then they'll kind of focus on a few people to pick on them, and maybe particularly one person. I call it short man syndrome. And they just get at you, drill until finally you just blow up at them. At which point they're going, look what he did to me. He's a bully. Look what he did. When they've been prodding it on all this time. And that's how they make themselves, like I said, look themselves the victim. And it's another type of narcissism right there. And if you don't react, or you're kind of mean to them, or just kind of rude because of the way they're acting, they're the victim. You're the bad guy. And then if you finally blow up at them and have had enough, they're the victim. They claim it, and then you get in trouble. And it's such a subtle and effective tactic. And there's actually a video. A few years ago, Robert Downey Jr. did an interview with before one of the Avengers movies. And he had this British interviewer come in and try to prod him for, say, he's doing a junket, interview thing. Every 5 minutes, another reporter. And they're promote the movie, ha, 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 kind of interview. But this guy tried to go after him for, like, the time that he did some drug abuse, some kind of funky stuff he said in an interview like umpteen years ago. And Robert Downey Jr. is good at handling these guys. Do we want to play this thing?
If you do it, you need to do it with no sound.
Okay. We'll go no sound on this. And I'm going to go ahead and play the show. Folks, we're going to play it.
Just commentary it, because the issue that we'll have if we ever do any kind of video clips is that one or two of the media channels that we're streaming our show on will actually edit out that section because they say that there is actually copyrighted content in there. That's why we have to.
We're going to risk it, but I just turn on the closed captioning. So, folks, let's take a look at this. This is so worth it on here. So here's the interview. We're sharing it from Entertainment Tonight's webpage. Now, here's him actually walking out. Okay, that's the report. Back up. Okay, bear with me here. We'll go with this one. And we go with the advertisement. We should just do a sing-along with this. And skip, showing it. Okay, here's the closed caption of the interview. So here's he's talking about the movie, and Robert Downey Jr. is watching him. How comfortable you are talking. This is not going to be 100% accurate with this. Okay, then let me ask you a question. Here's where it starts. And he's going to try to play the victim thing. Robert, he's asking him some questions that are off base, not about the movie. And Robert Downey Jr. is looking at his producer going, what's this guy doing? And look at the look on his face, because he's seeing this guy and he's calling him out with his eyes. Here's this guy trying to stutter his questions. You can read right there. He's talking about an interview with his dad. Robert Downey Jr. is thinking, where are you going with this? And he's got that look. He knows what this guy is doing.
He looks really mad, actually.
Oh, yeah. He's looking at this guy going, where are you going with this? And he's letting the guy know, I know what you're doing. And he's looking at him. He's trying to roll it off. Say, what are we doing here? Well, this guy's replying with, I'm answering, all I'm doing is answering questions. At which point Robert Downey Jr. goes, okay, bye-bye. He just ends it. He walked out on the interview, and that wasn't the whole thing. Let's go ahead and close that out. But, folks, if you get a chance to look at that, that is such a classic way of the way this guy tried to go after Robert Downey Jr., and Robert Downey Jr.'s like, No. Called the guy out and walked out in the interview. For one, nobody won in that. It's obvious what he did, but this guy can say, I was just trying to do this interview. Robert Downey Jr. just gave me this nasty look and walked out. There's his method. Robert Downey Jr. ended it by saying, it takes two to tango and I'm leaving. I don't dance. But he came out on top, depending on who you talk to, but they did a great way of handling this guy, but it shows how futile this is, and you can't avoid the situation, but it just pain in the ass, but it's a great example of the bullying that can happen. And if you react, you just know winning on this one. It's unfortunate, but I think there's something we can all infer about that and learn methods to deal with that. A lot of times it does take two to tango. Don't dance. Mm-hmm. It's possible that is most of the time. Mm-hmm. We have any comments we need to look at?
We do. So really quick, we're going to jump back here. Carolyn said that she had a coworker bullying another coworker in the school kitchen that she worked in. So that probably was really kind of a weird, awkward situation.
Didn't involve lots of people.
Curtis said, good reviews also work in reverse as well. I've gone out of the way to make a product personally for a customer that gave good feedback as a thanks. I usually let karma solve it. That's what she says. This one, a healthy work environment is so important to the company as a whole and for each individual and will make the productivity top notch. Mental health. I hated coming to work when it was just so unpleasant, 100%. And Maya posted boundaries about the whole Robert Downey Jr. interview.
It is, unfortunately, be able to try to do it, because someplace where you get like a job or a coworker, most of the time it's going to be a boss that just somebody that does not have leadership skills, has not been a leadership trainer, has those qualities. They give a little bit of power in their life, and they're like, it's like someone from the DMV, from like The Simpsons. A little bit of power, and they're just going to go all out, going, I control all, and just try to annoy people and just take out their frustrations on people because they're the ones. With that, and yeah, I mean, so if you're in a job where you need that job, there's nothing much else, it's the only thing you got, and you feel trapped in that, that's one of those impossible situations again. Sometimes you got to roll with the punches, and a lot of times, and confirm with this for me, folks, in Svea, if you can roll it, or sometimes if it's just a blatant bully that's coming out, that's not doing one of these subtle games, if you can meet them on their game and fire right back, a lot of times that'll shut their butts down.
Yeah, but then you're playing the game.
But sometimes that's how they respond. I had a guy at a rodeo one time.
I don't know. I don't recommend that. It's risky. That's just continuing the feud or continuing the situation. Really gotta, like, if you're in that kind of situation, you just gotta just not give any fuel to the fire, really. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but you don't want to be giving back the stuff. I mean, think about it from an HR point of view. It's like, that's not good either. That's not the solution.
Sometimes it's a guy thing or how the person beats their chest. I had a guy at a rodeo one time that came in and just started insulting everything I had. And I walked up and I just started insulting it with him. I'm going to join you. I walked around the table and started going, that's a piece of crap too. I mean, that guy who made this. Oh, I'm that guy, but that guy's a jerk. Went off and joined the guy. Basically disarmed him by playing his own game, pounding myself with me, as in I'm agreeing with him and hacking him myself. It's a weird way to do it, but it sure as hell worked. The guy's like, what are you doing? And I'm just hacking away at it. And he's like, this is weird, and walked away. That's why I turned his medicine back at him.
That's funny. But that's not a coworker. That's like a customer. It would be weird.
You can have the same thing with, you have a coworker that may be doing the demeaning of work. You can go out and go and talk about yourself as if you're somebody else and go in and do that. That's one way to disarm them, but that's a certain type of bully that's very straightforward in their methodology. But a lot of times I think it's just come in with a bag of, if you can come in with a bag, Your shields is sometimes going, the defense is going on offense, but not if you can react to them in ways they don't normally anticipate or expect, is one way to disarm them by cutting them off at the knees like that in a certain way.
Yeah.
You throw them off because they're trying to throw you off. It's a chess
Yeah.
game. And not everybody has the mentality for that. And bless the ones that don't, really.
Hey, James, guess what? We only have less than 5 minutes left.
Oh, totally. All right. But one thing I think with Wendy kind of nailed it right there is a good thing. Usually karma will solve it. As we've said, play the high road. In the long run, most of the time, you come out on top. The short term may get ugly. Behold yourself up, and tends to work out.
Well, you know, I had one employee that was really difficult when I worked at the other company. And this employee, oh my gosh, drove me crazy. Drove my boss crazy. This guy would come into work and he would put his chair on like the you know how you can pull out the thing and roll your chair back like this, right? You can just
No, I don't know about that.
Okay, so he would do that and he'd be like,
oh geez.
It would drive my boss crazy. And then when he did his review, we did self-reviews at this company, and he wrote that he was, 5 is the best and 0 is the worst, right? He gave himself 5s across the whole review. He's like, I do the best job. I'm the best. And he showed my boss, because this guy was kind of my subordinate. So my boss showed me this self-review, and he's like, you want to see something crazy? I'm like, what? He's like, take a look at this. He hands it to me. It's like I just started laughing because he's like, I know, right? And I was like, okay. I was trying to figure out, like, how can I get this guy to work with me more? Because like, this was me, like, I was literally trying to figure out ways to like try to make him more work with me better. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have a meeting with him. I'm like, okay, hey guy, you're so good at this, and you're so good at that, and this is all this good stuff that you're good at, right? And so he's like, oh yeah, thanks, right? I said, but can you imagine if you take your skills and I take my skills and we work together? That would be even better. He's like, totally. So, I mean, I went from a guy that was just, he started working at our company. He wasn't a bully, but he started working at our company. He just like literally started working this week, and it's like, oh, we should change this. We should change that. Oh, we should do this and that. Why are you doing it this way? We should do it this way. And we're like, okay.
Yeah. I got to admit that we just had an employee here at Elkrack that we had to do a review for. And we put this guy originally on the phones, and he did fine, but we're trying to move it around. But he'd go around going, I answered the phone and took an order. And he'd go around, we move around to get different departments. We did receiving, and he's like, I did receiving and wrote the receipt correctly, which I had to correct on that one. I had to correct stuff. And I'll just say, you know what, folks, if this guy comes around, we might have to let him go. Svea, do you want me to send him to you? I can, but I mean, folks, if you look for this guy right here. He is an idiot. I'm going to go ahead and just do the library.
Definitely a problem. You should fire him right now. He is a fire.
On there, how it shows on my phone, and it's like, look, I disappeared behind me. I have to do this more often. But look out for that guy right there.
Look at that person. That person should be fired. Just look at that person.
It just go and put idiot across the forehead.
That's why you have workman's comp. Just don't worry.
I know. It's just, folks, look out for that guy. That is not the type of employee you want working for your company, because he's a bully. He's an idiot. Is an idiotic bully.
And he looks like he's a handful.
He is a handful. God, he's so obnoxious too, and just so full of himself. He's everything we've been covering for this whole show. That is the summary of the show.
We have to do our end credits now, James.
Okay. Yes. You created the problem by constantly making him employee of the month. Yes, Wendy. Thank you for another great show. And
James, We got to be on our. We got to do our end credits. End credits. We're like
Yeah, we do. Okay, because Sylvia's got a show tonight. Folks, we'll see you next week. We are live, and we'll show what it is. Thanks for watching, and lots of little things. We'll see you next week, folks. Thanks for watching, and a little rough ending, but
I know.
All good, folks.
Time limit. Time limit.
Yeah. There we go. 11 o'clock just snuck up on us. Next week will be a fun show. Because the series countdown.
I promise.
Oh yeah. I want to do another G.I. Joe versus Barbie.
I do that.
Oh, ain't he cute?
Good night, folks. And yes, agreed, Curtis.
Bye.